Hi there, my name's Tim Friesen. I'm an education student at the University of Regina. Did you know that the word curriculum comes from the Latin correre, which means to run? The connection with the French word la course, the race, it's easy to see the relation to curriculum. Courir is to run in French. I think running is such an apt metaphor for curriculum. And it always makes me think of the first century pastor's words to his flock. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Now I think my understanding of curriculum has not changed in that. Thinking of it as a race, as a well set out path to guide students along. Now, of course, a curriculum doesn't always give you everything that you need and set out clear path for you to proceed. And I think this is how my understanding has changed, in that I was always so frustrated with the vague language of outcomes and indicators that are in the curriculum documents of Saskatchewan. But I can see now why that is so necessary. It's necessary because every teacher is different. Every student is different. Common sense tells us that one approach will work for anyone. But we know from research that one approach to curriculum will not satisfy the needs of all students and all learners. The other danger to the one-size-fits-all approach to curriculum is this pervasive understanding of curriculum as product, where the curriculum sees students as an unassembled product. They come into the school and they go out as if they're a steel beam ready to fit into the infrastructure of society. The way that I've seen this factory understanding cause problems is that First Nations and Métis content or treaty education is so hard to integrate. We don't have the kind of product in our society that that kind of education would produce. So we don't know what to do with it. Even the language of outcomes. Outcomes were never intended to be on report cards, but that's exactly where they are in elementary schools. I think this is another example of the pervasive product approach to curriculum. But you know, going the same direction isn't going to work. When I was studying the core French curriculum, I found that there were these conflicting voices of curriculum as product and curriculum as process. They were trying to have the actual learning process in mind. But then, time and time again, the way the curriculum was written, it was revealed that they were still viewing students as these projects to be completed by the end of their education. These blurred lines of understanding curriculum as product, process, it helped me realize, and I guess I shouldn't really be surprised, reality isn't as cut and dried as we like to make it. And I think in my own approach to curriculum, I would like to blend this understanding of curriculum as process, where I really take into account the actual how learning takes place, constructivism, the philosophies of John Dewey and others, and curriculum as transmission, which we didn't get as much about in this class. It was sort of just passed off as something outdated. But I really view transmission, this model of of passing down what we have learned. Of course, with critiquing and taking it apart and figuring out the different ways that our previous learning can both encourage, support students, as well as oppress other students. Oppression and anti-oppressive education is a big thing for Kevin Kumashiro. And it's in reading his material that I feel that my most uncomfortable learnings took place in this class. His idea of always working towards something, but admitting that we'll never actually get there, it irks me. It doesn't go along with this metaphor of curriculum as running the race and winning the prize. What kind of prize is that? A prize that cannot be defined. But maybe it's not that the prize cannot be defined, but that we just don't know what it is. Maybe it's that to think about back to those words of the Apostle Paul, to run in such a way as to win the prize. We think right away, oh, the prize, what's that? I want to win the prize. But we forget that we have to run in such a way. Curriculum is all about the journey. It's about how we get there, not necessarily where we get. So, will you run with me as we run in such a way?